Hi guys, Shamnak here and welcome back to Strange Horticulture. I'm hoping that maybe we'll finish it today. Alright, so our card has the same symbol as this coin and it says Gosforth on it. So there's Gosforth and it says 8 miles to the So 8 miles to the east would be E11. So that's where we're going to go. So it says, gazing at the still water of the lake, its black waters draw me into a reflective trance. Here and there, flowers that I don't recognize grow along the bank. Get out of my labeled plants section. Man, I have a lot of flowers. I forgot that I also made some elixirs last time. Still don't know if I should have made that one. Always have to pet hellebore. Alright, our first visitor is Thora. Well, he went and ate those bloody mushrooms, and of course now he's sick. Is there anything we can do? He's in a bad way, and I'm worried about him. I just remembered, I was like, isn't there something somewhere that we have that talks about the fungi and their antidotes? Except I don't remember what mushroom he picked. I'm gonna assume it's a sunset mount cap. It's generally not fatal. But then again, I don't know where. Right? Problem. Seems like you have to remember what you did the previous days in order to make the choices for the next days. Well, it's definitely not that one, 'cause it's not frail and brittle. It definitely wasn't found in the dark because it was in the middle of a field. I don't think it was Farmer's Worry because he's sick and not with extra strength. Or maybe it was the farm? I'm second guessing myself. Wait. At her bio? I was like, if I look at her bio, it'll tell me. So they were in the woods. I go based off that letter. Alright, well, I guess we'll just start with the flowers I know. So, if it was Farmer's Worry, then it'll be the Royal Genta is the cure. So I guess we'll find out. We'll start with the bottom. Well, that at least worked in our favor. My only thought was, if it's not that, then we have some leeway with the dread. Since I had none, I could get away with messing up. Uh-oh. Forest, I have come to Blackcomb. I have fought the servant and lived, but still my adversary stands. Must be defeated. For my part, I am ashamed to say that I am done. And my soul could use a tonic of St. Quentin's elixir if I am ever to recover the horror that I have seen. I did make it, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't have anything bad. Like, oh, if he drinks this, he's gonna instantly die. I just want to check. She always gets so mad when I go out on adventures. Oh, it's our mailman, David. There is a hateful man I sometimes see around town. He's called Isidore Burbridge. Yesterday I saw him bending down as though to pet a stray dog, but instead he punched it as hard as he could. I rushed over and the coward fled. Someday he'll get his comeuppance. He does sound like an unpleasant man. Wow, apparently I've already been there. Alright, we went back for a visit. Hi, Ruben. Verona tells me you are working on gathering the plants for a ritual that will help us defeat this creature. I want to help in any way I can. From what Verona told me, I think this might be one of the plants needed to perform the ritual, but I'm afraid I do not know where it can be found. So it was for Swift Snare. The binder, ankle grabber, and never let go are several of the names given to this plant that may have some clue as to its properties. Once ensnared, it is impossible to extricate oneself without help. Swift Snare has small heart-shaped leaves. Wonder if I already have it somehow. Samuel Thomas. I don't know if he's visited us before. I'm visiting my grandmother up in Tibet, and I thought I'd take her favorite plant to cheer her up. It's blue with large flowers, and it smells lovely and fresh. My Nana calls it think that's what it was. There we go. I don't know how many days are in this game, but I think we're on day 15. Behind the woman, a dark skeletal figure began to rise, and a low primal snarl sounded across the clearing. The shepherd turned and ran, cold fear coursing through its veins. He did not run for long. Okay, it says decay gives way to new growth from death, life. The cycle starts again west of White Scar by the river. A sun-bleached skull fixes me with its black-eyed gaze, a reminder from the chest of the skeleton a plant grows. Alright, hellebore, hopefully good things today. David, our mailman. I've lived in Undermere all my life, and I've never seen the people as worried as they are now. Everyone's talking about the sisterhood and the servant. Somebody needs to do something to stop that beast. I'm trying. I was speaking to a woman from Arnside who told me of a cave nearby where the locals stay away from. Apparently there is a strange plant that grows there, but the cave is believed to be haunted. Unfortunately, she was vague about where the cave was, somewhere to the east. Was all she would say when I pressed her. Apparently I've already been there, but let's go back. My random clicking around has now we're playing the fun game of how long will it take me to find this. Yeah, it says I found the plant in that cave already. I assume that's good. My friend. I haven't forgiven you for whatever it was that you gave me the other day. I should have destroyed that elixir recipe when I had the chance. Whatever happens, you must not allow it to fall into the wrong hands. I don't plan on it. Alden Gregory, my wife of 30 years is dying. That is the truth of it, as painful as it is to say it out loud. Sorry to hear that. The doctors say there is nothing they can do, but I cannot sit by and wait for it to happen. A man at the hospice let it slip about a plant-based elixir. I don't think he meant for me to hear it, but I did, and it's all I can think about. I understand the risk, but any price is worth paying if it means she doesn't have to die. Please, I'm begging you. I'm torn on if I should actually give it to her. I feel like I have made all the bad choices, so might as well continue to make bad choices. We have made the bad choice. Well, I assume the bad choice. I don't think we've been to Cetelian anymore. The unassuming rounded peak of Cetelian belies a rather stiff and awkward ascent. The grassy top is bleak and unremarkable, dampening my spirits. Well, we climbed a mountain for no reason. Athelia O'Shea. What a delightful shop you have. I'm only in town for a brief visit, but I heard I might be able to get hold of some liverstone here. I forgot how to read, apparently. Oh. Why do you want a paralyzing mushroom? Liverstone. Caution is advised when handling this plant due to the strong paralyzing agents contained within. The liverstone is a mushroom with pointed caps. It really looks like this. Or this. Or this. Probably this one, because it said my fingers feel numb. Yep. Don't mind that noise, I accidentally dropped something off my desk. Not this lady. I cannot control it anymore. This has all gone too far. I never meant for it to turn on my sisters. It's too strong. I'm trying to hold it back, but it wants to kill. That's all it wants. Death, death, and more death. You have to help me. Why did you summon it in the first place? There was no need. So here's our critical decision making of choices. Dead man's fingers. This fungus is typically found in dense forest, protruding through the mulch. A glance, it can appear as though a corpse is reaching up from the undergrowth. Said to strengthen resolve and sharpen the mind. For widow's woe, it's said to induce fear, also called kempfoot, partially due to its unpleasant scent. Veiny dark flowers grow from a bed of long thin leaves. So we either have the choice to help her by strengthening her mind or giving her fear. I feel like if I cause her to be afraid of it, then it'll run more rampant. At least if she has some control of it, maybe it will calm down and it'll be easy for us to trap. I have felt like I've made all the bad choices, so I figured I'll just go with that one. Polis Gib. There's been talk over the last few nights down the Royal Oak of Servant creature going around slaughtering people. I used to enjoy walking in the hills, but I daren't leave my house now. I've decided to bring nature to me in the meantime. The glow of a few pixie lamps would surely warm my heart. The glowhorn or forest lantern or pixie lamp is phosphorescent, illuminating the trees that grows under. Suspicious travelers avoid walking towards it, fearing that the faint lights will lure them to their demise. What's this? Hellebore, I hope we survive. Faye is back. I understand it now. My mind is linked to the servant. With the elixir, I will be able to throw out the woman in the jade mask and take control for myself. No. Oh, no. Together we can end this. Meet me at the Daughter Stone Circle tomorrow and bring the elixir. I don't know if I can trust her. She finally had the power she had craved all these years, a servant to do as she willed, but that power came at a cost. The servant was awoken and it would not be contained. It was the Dendru, the dread, it was death. To the east of the castle, across the river and through the mountain pass, it grows at the edge of the wood. But which castle? No, we gotta figure out before I talk to. I want to know where the card takes me. If we go from here, we go to the east, go across the river, past the mountain. There we go. I just clicked the wrong box last time. The trees sway effortlessly in the cool breeze. The low hum of crickets chirping rides the wind. A sense of calm washes over me, and I'm rewarded with a new find. Elabor! Ah, Verona. It is time. The servant is on the move again. Time to act. Meet me at the ritual site. I hope for all our sakes that you've been able to track down all the plants we need. I hope so too. A small stone shrine sits off to one side of the clearing. 5 grooves run out of the center of the stone, widening into recesses at the base. 5 slots for 5 plants. Hold on. Yo. That's not. I remember Devil's Nightcap was the corpse's friend, but if I remember what it looks like. So it kind of smells like pine needles. Alright, there's one of them. What order I should put them in? You know, like what slot is first here? I have no idea. The ankle grabber, that's gotta be the swift snare. That's what this is. Because there's no way. That one moves and it says it moves fast for a plant. That's gotta be the grabber. So I'm assuming it's all plants I don't have identified. Yeah. I genuinely don't know. So I was right with the swift snare, ankle grabber. Okay, so Widow's Woe, it says it induces fear. It's also known as Kempfoot. Dainty dark flowers? Alright, I'm gonna guess that one, because it's another one we don't have labeled. Fourth is left first. Wasn't that the one to the left? Remember that lady that got cursed with the amulet? But that might have been a different type of curse. Halibor, why is this so difficult? Just talking to the cat as any normal person would do. we go. Long fur cod. Which now if I can find it, hopefully I labeled it correctly. What does it look like? Small grow leaf. Am I blind? I am blind. And I remember this, the dendros miasma. Well done, I will take it from here. I stand back and watch as Verona walks around the shrine, muttering soft incantations. It feels like a long time passes before she looks up, but in reality it was perhaps only 10 minutes. Nothing happens. What do you mean nothing's happening? Have we got the right plants? I think so. Perhaps we just need to be patient. I should have given her the fear to lose control. I did a bad. We're gonna get a bad ending. A loud noise behind us makes us all jump. Turning around, I see something that makes my blood run cold. The woman in the jade mask is walking calmly and slowly towards us. From the other side of the clearing, behind her, standing tall and terrifying, is the black silhouette of the servant. Whoa. What was that about being patient? I think we're out of time. Do not be afraid. I am here to surrender willingly. The servant cannot be allowed to. The creature lunges forward and brings a huge arm, scything towards her. The scream pierces the cold air and she drops to her knees, clutching her head. But the blow seems to glance off one side as she comes hurling down, and the beast's claw ends up embedded in the dirt instead of the woman's back. I cannot hold it back much longer. You need this. She throws a small vial of red liquid, which Reuben deftly catches and holds up to the light. Blood. Quickly, I know what to do. Verona grabs the vial and fumbles to get the stopper out as she turns back to the shrine. The servant has its huge arm free again and is slowly advancing, strange jerking movements. Verona pours the blood into a small cavity in the shrine and everything seems to happen at once. A pillar of bright white light launches out of the shrine towards the servant and hits it in the chest. The huge beast shrieks and staggers backwards, drowning out the screams of the woman in the jade mask who is clutching her head and writhing in agony on the ground. My gosh. There is an almighty thunderclap and a blinding flash of light, and suddenly the servant is gone. A patch of charred ground smolders where it stood just moments ago. My head is spinning at what just happened. Did it work? Have we defeated the servant? Banished. Perform the ritual. Friday. With the dust settled and the servant vanquished, I have been able to reflect on the events of the last few weeks. We were fortunate that they was able to stay in control of the beast for as long as she did. Who can say what would have happened if she was unable to prevent it from causing the destruction it craved? So I did make the good choice. She brought it there under her control to be finished. Thank you for cooperating. Undermere has never felt so jubilant, so full of life. All the nervous tension that has built up evaporated in an instant, and the people have plowed their energies into celebration and merriment. They do not know the whole truth of the course, that Thea, the woman in the jade mask, was the one who summoned the servant. I promised Reuben that I would leave it to him to unravel that mess. She is his daughter, after all. It was his daughter the whole time. And as for myself, while I'm back in the calm of the strange horticulture, of course with hellebore for company, it's quieter around here, but I'm content, and there are always more plants to learn about and discover. We got ending. Complete the game. The Sleeping Dendru. It is done. The servant can go back to being a dark story for dusty shelves. The end. And we got ending 2. I feel bad that the sister didn't make it out. I kept mostly everyone else alive. So Reuben, our investigator, is alive, attempting to reconnect with his daughter. Verona is alive, our occult scholar. She regularly visits you for advice. You have become firm friends. Ennis, the cultist that was mad we didn't join him, is in hiding. He has not been seen since his defeat of the servant. There are rumors he is living in Rydal Cave once again. I still feel bad for Hunter Forrest. He's wounded. Both his body and his pride have been damaged, but he lives. I also feel bad for Bethany, the sister that was killed by the servant. Faye is alive. She has not dreamed of the servant since she performed the ritual. Faye, the woman in the jade mask, ashamed of her actions that caused so much pain and death, it is unlikely she will ever fully recover from the trauma. You caused a lot of trauma for everyone else, so now it's all just catching back up. And Isidore, the barrister, currently pursuing legal action against strange horticulture. What did I do? I gave him the plants he wanted. Does this dude ever have a happy ending? That much I need to know. Earlier, we identified 58 of 77 plants, excuse me. Have you ever heard of the Monastery of the Black Veil? I think it would interest you. I learned of it from a man from Ravenglass. If you're ever in that part of the world, you should ask him about it. He knows the Horseshoe Inn on he owns the Horseshoe Inn on Main Street. Alright, let's go to Ravenglass. I met by a man with a thick black beard and kind eyes who is delighted to have found a willing ear to listen to his stories. You won't find the Monastery of the Black Veil marked on any map. They don't want to be found. The monastery was on the edge of the wood, I remember that much. We must have been heading west because I could feel the sun on my face and it was evening. We crossed 2 rivers and we followed the river for a while. I could hear it to my left as we traveled. It left me here in Ravenglass and I've stayed here ever since. As I turn to leave, he adds, here, if you're serious about going, you'd better have this. I take it I need to make the elixir in order to go there? Also, there's more after the game. I am at a loss. Like, I'm assuming I have to line it up so that, like, there's two places next to each other. A place here, and then I would go here, right? Oh, like, here and here, right? And there's the mountain, which is a triangle. I got it. The sun is low in the sky. I am tired after a long day. I have earned this reward. Another plant? Now we gotta go check out the Black Veil and see if I gotta figure out how to make an elixir. So the river was to the left of them, and they left him in Ravenglass. So if we go backwards, the river was here. Here's the river. We crossed two rivers, so if we go backwards, crossing two rivers. And I'm assuming it's somewhere in here, in the woods, like either up here or down here. Because my thought is it's either like it was just a short distance straight across or they went up and straight across. There's these little bits of wood and then there's this wood. I guess we'll just do our click and find out. Oh, Three figures, their faces hidden behind black coverings, come out to meet me. The figure on the left speaks first. The monks of the Black Veil known in the Horticulturist. Then the one in the center of the group adds, they will share their knowledge if they receive the payment. The final member of the trio stays silent. I gotta make the elixir first. So the elixir of the Black Veil. No seed will grow that does not wither, no water will languish upon the river, no man will last forever hail, we all wear the blackened veil. Leaf of Storin, dark flower of the tune, stench of twilight. So, Storian, the dark red fruit should not be ingested under any circumstances, as they are highly poisonous, resulting in insanity and then death. Why do you want that in elixir? A cross section of the stem shows the distinctive triple xylem and pollen of the Storin. No. I'm gonna guess this one, because it's the only one I don't have identified that has fruits. This. I'm assuming these are all. So I'm assuming it's going to be the Twilight as the third, and then Tomb is probably the thumb. Pronounced tomb, this flower is sometimes associated with death. Tomb is used as a fragrance in soaps and candles. Well, at least that one sounds nicer. So it has a flower. I labeled that one. Why are you unlabeled, sir? So far, all these flowers are pretty stinky, unpleasant, bland. Strawberry dipped in honey sounds pretty nice. Alright, we'll try that one. It says dark flower, and the other one has a light flower. And those are the only two that smell really nice. And our last one is the Twilight. In the twilight where the shadow grows, take leaf and root in the eye of a crow. A plant of gloom and despair and dark magic. Do not be fooled by the pretty flower. Its smell gives off as quite foul. That's this one, right? Rather unpleasant smell. Yeah. There we go. Alright, the third member of the trio accepts the elixir and together they disappear into the monastery. Sometime later, they return with a stack of parchment. Oh my. Simone? It's good to see you too, Hellebore. It has been quite a while. You seem as relaxed as ever, though. Nothing ever phases you, does it? Yes, he is best cat. I must admit, I've been buried in my books and seem to have missed all the excitement. I hear you and your plants had a part to play, though. I've been collating some information on the selection of plants for a little book I'm putting together. I was hoping you could help me finish identifying all of these plants. Let's start with the moonlight flower, Bella Nox. I've always loved that one. So now we're playing see if I can guess all these plants that I don't have marked. Alright, I see you, game. So the Bella Nox, the moonlight flower, is dark, mysterious, and beautiful. Has enchanted people for centuries. It is thought to send people mad with obsessive desire, seductively luring them to their deaths like a siren call. I also that. Spring wax cap? An edible mushroom with some mild medicinal properties. When dried and eaten, it can help relieve pain. It kinda looks exactly like that one. Average is the next one. Pretty blue flowers line the stems of the sought-after plant. It is said that if you give Haverage to your beloved under the light of a full moon, you will both live long and blessed lives. Fool's Midnight is our next one. Like rapid fire. Fool's Midnight, used by some as an aphrodisiac, though the potent sulfuric aroma is enough to put off most. This dark mushroom has a fleshy underbelly, said to have a unique sharp taste to those who are brave enough to try it. I don't have many mushrooms. Is this my last mushroom? It smells rotten. Well, spelled midnight wrong. Hold on. Where I know how to. Alright, we got demo as our. Demo, this unremarkable flower is related to the common thistle. Its leaves are occasionally brewed into a tea that is used to calm anxiety. The only one that has leaves like that is this one. process of elimination here. Alright, lesser Meridoc? A lesser Meridoc. The round flower head of a Meridoc is made up of smaller yellow florets. A single drop of the strong-smelling sap from the plant can utterly drain a person's mental faculties, rendering them slow and uncomprehending. So this has got small yellow flowers. Who's really gonna make me do all of So, umbrella. I wish you would just go in order then. That would be easier than jumping forward. A powerful balm against diseases of the heart. It will not be a cure once illness has set in, but it can ease pain and prolong life. Umbrella has long rounded leaves and a small flower that smells like... There's our smells like strawberry. I remember that because when I looked at it, I was like, that must have been nice. It smells like strawberry. Evulum? So... the scent it produces is considered overpowering by some, but it is said to stimulate the senses and rejuvenate aching bones. It has pretty short leaves. Out of here. Just have the smallest everything left. That one. We're slowly getting there. Penny Bell. The leaves of the penny bell are chewed by some for their hallucinogenic properties. However, it is highly addictive and can lead to sickness and death. Okay. It has like regular normal looking. I highly doubt it's Mr. Snappy Plant. That's the only other one with normalish looking leaves. So. I remember it said those had bell cups. Birdum? Thick birdum leaves make tasty addition to soups and stews. Superstitious folk won't allow birdum into their homes that is believed to bring bad luck. Interesting. So I'm just going off the leaves here. If only the rest of the game was that easy. It really is making me go through my book. Hibiscus? This flower is crushed into a paste to cure coughs and sore throats. This author can attest that the supposed cure does not work. Not that one. That's not this one. This one's identified. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 5. I have 10 plants here without labels. Oh wait, I know what this. I believe we use the. I'll have one too. What was this one? Red berry. Alright. Alright. I'll have one too many, because I'm assuming it's just the 6 plants I have left. Alright. Long this one. This game isn't so bad when you have a lot of your plants already labeled. When burned, incense made from woody stem can enhance psychic ability, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies. Light blue flowers, like rounded tufts of gentle lambs, will characterize this plant. One. I feel so used and taken advantage of for my knowledge of plants. Sour brandy. The sour brandy can help with memory recovery, especially if the memory has been deliberately sabotaged. The name of the plant derives from the fact that, although edible, the large stamen is extremely bitter to the taste. Yes. I'm glad that I put that back into the I didn't use this side. Otherwise, I would have messed myself up. So 3 of these, one of these has already been identified, and then that one, we'll find out. So Meekdew. The beautiful flowers made up of many smaller florets make the sought-after decorative plant, although it is difficult to care for. It may be pleasant looking, but touching the leaves against bare skin result in painful sores. One. This one. We're just guessing at this point. I'm assuming that's gonna be this guy. Carnivorous Tauren, known in the north as Andrew's Bane after the unfortunate demise of a man named Andrew Jardin. He was caught and slowly eaten alive by a large specimen of the Tauren. Recovered in the occult world, a cross-section of the Tauren stem reveals pentagonal symmetry. Like, there's no way it's not that. Alright, Priddle. Covered by the rich, pretty, coveted. Coveted by the rich, pretty Priddle is crushed to make dyes. This is a very rare plant that is hard to come by and requires great care to cultivate. So it's either this one, or I guess this one. No, my friend. It's a puzzle. I feel revived. My mind is whole again. Back from the brink. Recover from rising. Oh no. Good work. Let's do Priddle now. Oh. That's not too bad. At least it's not a game over. So I identified all the plants. Oh boy. Well, that seems to be all of them, you know. I think you've earned the right to call yourself an experienced horticulturist. Oh, we did it. We beat the game and we got an ending. So that seems like a perfect place to stop the stream because we are done with the game. We'll have to move on to something else next time. I did really enjoy it. I am interested to see what happens when you make the different choices. But that's always something I can do on my own if we aren't interested in coming back to this. But yeah, thank you for stopping to view the stream. I hope to see you guys next time. Again, there is a link to the VOD channel if you want to go check out the VODs. I post the VOD over on there since Twitch gets rid of it after X amount of days unless I make highlights of it. I also have been posting shorts over there. But again, you can also watch them on here, your viewing preference. I appreciate it either way. I hope to see you next time. Have a good rest of your day, night, evening, or whatever time it is for you. And bye for now.